So this is just a quick video on some of the stuff that I have for sale. These of course are all new books. I'm selling like a 35 plus year collection of paper. I've sold probably 95% of my stained glass. All these black binders here, those are all loaded with Civil War letters, a lot of photography, some 17th century hand-drawn sketches, diaries, cabinet cards, CDVs, you name it. They go all the way down. There's some complete collections here. That top roll of black binders, that's all stuff like that. And the second roll here, negatives, photos, stampless letters. These are like some Detroit photographs I have. Here's a typical example of a binder filled with stuff. It's all stampless letters. I've got them all categorized. Let me hold this for you. So this will just give you an idea. I was looking for some stuff. So these are all filled with that. Here's like Detroit photographs. These are like of car companies, Oldsmobile in Lansing, Michigan. That's the barrel factory in Lansing, stuff like that. I have about 6,500 photo albums, and those are all stacked here. Other ephemera, that kind of thing. These are some boxes that I got with, like, if I had to buy out a whole estate. I didn't do that much, but once in a while you get some things that you didn't want. At least I did. These are all just new books. There's just some frames and stuff. None of that is really worth anything. I tried to stay away from 35mm slides. If you look at all of this is large format negatives. Although you'll see a few boxes. Those were all gone through, hundreds of thousands of them, and the better ones that I just kept. These are some sketches. All those are like early 1900s. So I'll start down here. I have miscellaneous photography, that kind of thing. These are more photo albums. This is all newer stuff right here, personal stuff. These are photo albums. These are just storage binders. They have nothing to do with what I'm collecting. These are some old books. These are all photo albums here. Photo albums. Photo albums. Photo albums. And then if you look there, those are all atlases of different places. Detroit, different counties in the state. I have out-of-state ones as well. A lot of these are just filled with large format negatives. These are photo albums, photo albums, photo albums. This whole area is loaded with photo albums. These are all, this whole metal thing is negatives, large format negatives, celluloid and glass, the bottom. This is a huge collection over here. These are all 8x10 negatives. These are all negatives there. These are, it's a great collection of Illinois. I've got some really killer collections. These are all boxes of Ford Motor Company, the Rouge plant in Highland Park. These are Alton, Illinois, really good sets of negatives. These are all filled with glass negatives. Those are more atlases up there. These are photo albums. Photo albums. Those are all photo albums down there. So you can get an idea of here what they are. I do have a couple empty albums that I had that were in decent shape. I never assembled anything, like took CDVs and put them in albums where they didn't belong. I'm not saying that I didn't get any like that, but I never did it. I try and keep collections together. This is, these, as I said, are albums. These are negatives. This is a circus collection. These are some letters. Those are some slides. Those are, actually they're not, they're carrying bags. This is the circus collection. These are all paper and mainly negatives though. And so you get an idea what that's like. These are all stacked. I have thousands of stampless letters and Civil War letters as well. I have huge collections of like one person, like with a couple hundred letters, diaries. So I will turn this out. I haven't looked up there in a while. I climate control this too in the summer and winter. I've got lots of photography like that. Different slides, and I got a lot of photography equipment as well. It'd take me forever to go all through all this stuff, but I'm going to slowly list it on eBay. I tried selling it all at once, and I was close a couple of times. Well, I say that I didn't sell them, so maybe I wasn't. Ciao, Daisy. This is an absolute killer piece of photography, if you ask me. That's some more Detroit stuff. This is from the Netherland Plaza. It was the first mall in Cincinnati. This is large format photography. This was done by the Quincy Equipment Company. This is an old drugstore, Starette. That's a Hilton down there in this location. I mean, it's teak, outer wood, brass plates, just fantastic. These are really nothing, although they are well done. This was a guy that worked in Ann Arbor, Michigan. These are around 1820. He was a hell of an artist. Birds, not worth a lot. This is from, you can't really see it. I didn't get museum glass. I usually do. That's of a full format, or large format photograph of a family reunion in Los Angeles. And I'll take you and show you a couple things I have up here. I sold a few things, and this is a bed. I've sold a lot of this photography. These are watercolors. These are some vintage lamps. Stained glass, as I said, I've sold most of that. These are some World War I photographs. Samplers, I have a bunch of those stored away. Oil paintings. This is H.H. Bennett. This is a full format, or a large, I keep saying full format, large format photography of the Wisconsin Dells. These are just some nice watercolors from sketches. Oil paintings. That's one of the better bird cages you'll find. That one's actually done out of mahogany. Got some other, that's the convict ship Success. More oil paintings, photography. That was an old cheap oil painting I bought to see how well they could restore a painting. That was so black with cigarette smoke you couldn't even see it, and it was I'm glad that I did, because I had paintings restored that I otherwise wouldn't have met with or messed with. This is that's down in Ecorse, Michigan, a Great Lakes freighter. That's an old photograph of a fire truck in Detroit. I've got some maps. I've got just bookcases jammed with old books. That's actually a cedar knot from a tree. Nothing great in here, although I do have like just tons of documents and manuscripts. Those are all new books that I read. Old Bibles. You name it. So that kind of gives you an idea of the stuff that I have. So thanks for looking.